a podcast where we share all the news, information, updates and events that is happening around the BMBA. If you're a current BMBA participant or a potential one, then this podcast is for you. BMBA Basketball is an exciting new basketball program providing new and innovative concepts and structures for junior basketballers through their training, coaching and games.
Our games are played at the magnificent Stonigan Sports Centre located next door to the Chadstone Shopping Centre. These courts are modern, have great temperature control and have fantastic facilities to host junior basketball matches. Our kids are now enjoying playing at this magnificent venue. On top of that, they are also enjoying the new features and concepts of junior BMBA matches. Features and concepts not seen before in junior matches in Melbourne. These features include a fully timed 60-minute match schedule, where the game clock stops on every whistle. This means there is no wasted time and our juniors get to play every minute of their match. Our juniors are also enjoying playing with a shot clock in each of their games. This provides another unique and exciting aspect to our junior matches.
This podcast will provide parents of our junior boys and girls, or parents of potential participants, with all the information they need to maximize that participation. It will also allow them to ask questions directly to us through the chat function of the podcast. So whether you are a current parent, a potential new parent, a representative from a club, school or another basketball program, we look forward to engaging with you each Monday at 7 p.m. Welcome to the BMBA Podcast, which airs every Monday at 7 p.m. A podcast where we share all the news, information, updates and events that is happening around the BMBA. If you're a current BMBA participant or a potential one, then this podcast is for you. BMBA Basketball is an exciting new basketball program providing new and innovative concepts and structures for junior basketballers through their training, coaching and games.
Our games are played at the magnificent Stonigan Sports Centre located next door to the Chadstone Shopping Centre. These courts are modern, have great temperature control and have fantastic facilities to host junior basketball matches. Our kids are now enjoying playing at this magnificent venue. On top of that, they are also enjoying the new features and concepts of junior BMBA matches. Features and concepts not seen before in junior matches in Melbourne. These features include a fully timed 60-minute match schedule, where the game clock stops on every whistle. This means there is no wasted time and our juniors get to play every minute of their match. Our juniors are also enjoying playing with a shot clock in each of their games. This provides another unique and exciting aspect to our junior matches.
This podcast will provide parents of our junior boys and girls, or parents of potential participants, with all the information they need to maximize that participation. It will also allow them to ask questions directly to us through the chat function of the podcast. So whether you are a current parent, a potential new parent, a representative from a club, school or another basketball program, we look forward to engaging with you each Monday at 7 p.m. Welcome to the BMBA Podcast, which airs every Monday at 7 p.m. A podcast where we share all the news, information, updates and events that is happening around the BMBA. If you're a current BMBA participant or a potential one, then this podcast is for you. BMBA Basketball is an exciting new basketball program providing new and innovative concepts and structures for junior basketballers through their training, coaching and games.
Our games are played at the magnificent Stonigan Sports Centre located next door to the Chadstone Shopping Centre. These courts are modern, have great temperature control and have fantastic facilities to host junior basketball matches. Our kids are now enjoying playing at this magnificent venue. On top of that, they are also enjoying the new features and concepts of junior BMBA matches. Features and concepts not seen before in junior matches in Melbourne. These features include a fully timed 60-minute match schedule, where the game clock stops on every whistle. This means there is no wasted time and our juniors get to play every minute of their match. Our juniors are also enjoying playing with a shot clock in each of their games. This provides another unique and exciting aspect to our junior matches.
This podcast will provide parents of our junior boys and girls, or parents of potential participants, with all the information they need to maximize that participation. It will also allow them to ask questions directly to us through the chat function of the podcast. So whether you are a current parent, a potential new parent, a representative from a club, school or another basketball program, we look forward to engaging with you each Monday at 7 p.m. Welcome to the BMBA Podcast, which airs every Monday at 7 p.m. A podcast where we share all the news, information, updates and events that is happening around the BMBA. If you're a current BMBA participant or a potential one, then this podcast is for you. BMBA Basketball is an exciting new basketball program providing new and innovative concepts and structures for junior basketballers through their training, coaching and games.
Our games are played at the magnificent Stonigan Sports Centre located next door to the Chadstone Shopping Centre. These courts are modern, have great temperature control and have fantastic facilities to host junior basketball matches. Our kids are now enjoying playing at this magnificent venue. On top of that, they are also enjoying the new features and concepts at junior BMBA matches. Features and concepts not seen before in junior matches in Melbourne. These features include a fully timed 60-minute match schedule, where the game clock stops on every whistle. This means there is no wasted time and our juniors get to play every minute of their match. Our juniors are also enjoying playing with a shot clock in each of their games. This provides another unique and exciting aspect to our junior matches.
This podcast will provide parents of our junior boys and girls, or parents of potential participants, with all the information they need to maximize that participation. It will also allow them to ask questions directly to us through the chat function of the podcast. So whether you are a current parent, a potential new parent, a representative from a club, school or another basketball program.
Good evening, everyone. For those who haven't joined me before, welcome to my home office, where me and my mutt, over there, he's not a mutt, he's a beautiful boy, are coming to you live from my home office. This is where I conduct all the admin for the BMBA from. We do all our basketball action at Stonington Sports Centre and at De La Salle College, and also now at Arong Romanus Recreation Centre. So welcome aboard. And this presentation for the BMBA podcast, we were doing it every Monday. We're going to go back to doing it every Monday from here on in. And just to share all the news and updates from around the BMBA and give you guys a chance to communicate and ask questions each week. We find this is pretty unique. It's better than a newsletter because you can't communicate to us with a newsletter outside email. Here you can get on the chat box, and while I'm thinking of that, let me just check that everything is working. It is. Brilliant. So, if you're watching via the YouTube channel, which obviously is what we sent out, put your questions in as I go through this presentation tonight, and I will answer them at the end of it. Tonight, I'm making a presentation for mainly aimed at all our newer participants. We've had quite an influx of people come into the BMBA this term, but also for those who've been engaged as a participant through the BMBA, our juniors, and give you an overview of our whole program. So from top to bottom, our pathways, our development, our structures. I'm very confident, and not as opposed to arrogant, I'm very confident in saying that you will find that there's nothing like this in Melbourne at all, offered around through basketball circles, whether that be a domestic rep club or whether that be an academy, any sort of basketball organisation. We think what we offer is quite unique. So I hope you enjoy the presentation. I hope you can get a lot of information out from what we're doing. And I hope this gives you a chance to ask any questions that you may have. Now, if you're not watching live, that's where you can ask your questions. That's fine. Send them through an email. Ask me at the courts. I'm always there, unless I'm sick or something. Touch wood, that's not going to happen. And, this can give you all the information you need and also generate some questions that you may have. So hopefully we can answer most of those questions just via the presentation. So without any further ado, let's get into it. I've just got to share the screen. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Sorry, my internet can be slow at times. I'm hoping it's coming. Am I sharing? I'm sharing the wrong screen. Oh, my God. That was the screen for YouTube that I was testing. Sorry. Try again. If at first, there we go. So, yes, welcome to the BMBA Templars We'll maximise that a bit if we can. Doesn't make any difference. Makes no difference. So I'm just trying to get this as best we can for the presentation. Anyway, all right. So, sorry, guys. Just bear with me for 1 minute. Okay, that's the best we can do. We'll, if you need to, just hold on. Now I know what I'm doing. Okay, just enlarge. All right, got it. If you've got this on your, hold on, just a minute. I've got an annoying dog bothering me. Can you stop it? Sit down. Sit. Oh my God. Sit. Come in. Sorry, everyone. Give me a tick. I've just got to calm this dog down. Sit down. Down. Good boy. All right. We're ready to go. Here we go. Okay. So as you can see, this is our BMBA Templar Warriors presentation. This is for what we call now BMBA Stonington. We are now, the BMBA conducts it, but we're also running under the banner of the Stonington and Districts Basketball Association, which we'll explain a bit more in detail later on. We offer the following programs. We have the Kids First training program. So on the left is the training programs. On the right is our game programs. On the left is Kids First for 5-10-year-olds, the beginners who are just learning the basics, having a bit of fun as they learn it. But while they're learning it, we are preparing them for ultimately for them to progress up into our next one. We'll get that a bit more. So that's our Kids First. And then they come into our Basketball Plus program. Or if kids are older than 10 or the standards is above Kids First and they're already playing competition, they can go into our Basketball Plus program. Within that Basketball Plus program, there is 3 levels of that program. We have the not beginner basketballers, but those beginning in the program. And then we have those that are intermediates in the program, and then we have the advanced ones in the program. I'll explain that later on when we get into our ball handling stuff. And once they've gone from that and they're really coming on, they can progress into our IDP program. Now, the IDP is for those super keen kids who want to do more than one night a week and want to get extra sessions in, which we have a couple. On the right is our games program. So you can combine your Basketball Plus with your Games Plus program. So you might have one training run a week, but you have a Friday night game with us. So you'd actually register under the Games Plus, which includes the training and the game. The same here with the BMBA IDP program. We have a similar games program. So you do 2 sessions a week and you'd have a game with us again on the Friday. In the younger age groups, we're hoping to get an under 10 mixed competition started on Saturday mornings, but that'll probably be next year, not this year. At the moment, we've got under 12 mix and under 14 boys going on the Friday nights. And then we have our best players who form a team and they go into the Dandenong competition as a BMBA rep team or a Stonington rep team. So there are programs that we've currently got. We're hoping as our numbers go, we're actually really going to introduce a lot of competitions as well as programs. So here's our pathways that we have for the BMBA. Now, our pathways, if a junior player, so if you've just joined, where do you start? How can you progress? And this is the basic way it goes. So we have Kids First Basketball for the beginners. If your kid is between 5 and 10 and just starting, we have probably half a dozen to a dozen kids in that at the moment. They would start there. Once they get older and their skills get stronger, they move into the Basketball Plus program. Many of the kids are already playing basketball and have joined for the first time, have gone into that. And they would be in the introductory stage of the Basketball Plus program. We've had some kids who've been doing that for a term or two, so they're probably in the intermediate group. And then we have the advanced group. Again, I'll go through this a little bit later. So the advanced group is on the verge of progressing into our IDP basketball program. Now, you would, if you're there on a Friday night, you would see all those groups outside IDP going. So you've got Kids First on one court, and then you've got 3 groups broken up across the other court and a half. So our kids first use half a court. We have 3 groups broken up where we have an intermediate, we have an introduction, and we have an advanced group all going on there. So it's been great to see how many kids we've had join up. And if you have it, that gives parents, if they hang around, the ability to look at the different groups to see what their how that progression happens in real time. So I would really encourage you, if you are there on a Friday night, just to stay around for half an hour, until you probably need, and have a good look at the different drills we're doing with the different groups and see how your child can advance. Then once they decide they want to play games with us, we have those Games Plus and IDP programs. We will eventually have our own domestic competitions, just like you play. If you're already in a club and you're playing domestic competition, say at Waverley or at McKinnon or wherever else, within the next 12 months, we are looking to establish our own junior competitions, and there'll be junior competitions with a difference, which I'll explain later. Now, with the BMBA, you can still more than happily stay with your current team and club, or you can play in both, or you can jump across. Whatever you want to do, or you can just be dedicated to being in the BMBA team. If you're after development, we would strongly recommend that. Now, in coming years, as the kids get older, we'll be establishing our own open age rep teams to play against other associations as well. But that's a longer term plan as we go. But that's the pathway. So kids can start with us as beginners and go all the way through and end up being in a BMBA open age team. So if your child is, say, 12 and in 6 years' time they're 18, I've had kids start in open age teams at 15, 16, 17. There's no reason why, if they don't get their game good enough, they couldn't be playing at the highest level with us. So that's what we want to do, establish from beginner to that level. Now, stage 1 ball handling. Now, all your kids would have been given this sheet. I'm just going to reduce that page to fit. Whoop, that's not it. There we go. So they would have come home with that sheet. This sheet, it should be like their little basketball Bible, especially as a beginning. They need to bring this sheet with them to training. They need to have it at home. If they're not using the sheet, your child is not progressing as quickly as they could. We'll explain this into our development pathway soon. But this is what we work on to begin with. Even in Kids First, your kids, without even knowing it, are working on this. But this is the first initial phase. So why do we teach ball handling to begin with? Because to get the ball from one end of the court to the other, you've got to be able to dribble the ball. It's the most core basic skill in the game. If you can't get from one end to the other, you're never getting shots. If you can't get by a defender, you're never getting shots. If you can't look up when you're dribbling, you're never finding open teammates or seeing open lanes to the basket. So to become just good at ball handling is important. A lot of our kids are becoming very elite with their skills of ball handling, right? And this blue highlighted area here, for all those who've just started, this is what your kids, now that we're halfway through the term, have been introduced to. So they should be pretty, they won't be great on it. We have what we call, which I'll show you later, a traffic light system. A red is where they've been introduced to it. Orange is where they've learnt it. And a green is where they've mastered it. There are 3 stages of learning. So all your kids are on the first stage of learning with these drills. The more they do them, once they've learnt them, they can take these sheets home. They can practice them at home. They can get better very quickly. So they go from the learning, from the introduction stage to the learning, and then from the learning to the master stage. How long that takes them is entirely up to them. We do have videos of these. We've got to get more videos up of these drills. So if they can't remember them at training, but I think most of them can by now. If they can't, they can refer to those videos on the web and they can dribble and practice to their heart's content. We go quite in depth with this, which you'll see in a minute. Now, the first part of this, I need to give all the parents a bit of a heads up. Your child, if they're not practicing regularly, may find this challenging, or they might find it a bit tedious to begin with. Now, we don't veer away from this program. We want the kids to learn these basic dribbles, and the quicker they learn them, the better they get. The quicker they'll get through them at training, and the more different drills we get in. Again, if you're on a Friday night, you watch my advanced group on a Friday between 5 and 6:30. the one down the far end, you'll see them getting through a bunch of different drills now. And we just put a clock on them, we time them, and they're through their ball handling this entire sheet in about 8 minutes. That's where we want to get all the kids to. And if they keep at this sheet and they keep at with their coaches, that's very achievable. Once they've learned, the ones we've got highlighted there are what we call our warm-up dribbles. They're not hard to understand. If you have a look at them from 1 to 6, they're what we call a machine gun dribble. The next one's a 1 bounce and the final one's 2 bounces, and they're all in the same order. The kids, after doing this for a few weeks, get to use them. So once they've got through that, now we've also progressed the kids onto the next one with the green highlighted ones are what we call our game dribbles. So we start teaching them dribbles they can use in a game. The warm-up dribbles, the warm-up drills, still teach them dribbles, but these dribbles in green are the ones we specifically use in a game, and they're what we call change of direction dribbles. Now, most of the kids have got through crossovers, number 18 and 19, and are working on 20. That's in the introduction and the intermediate phase. Some was just started working on 21 last week. So the next one is your change of pace. So in basketball, you have a change of direction, then a change of pace. So all our coaches are working their players through that. All our coaches have been through this program and are well suited to teaching it. I will be at all the sessions. You'll see me wandering around talking to the coaches, talking to the kids. My main group, I can leave to themselves for 5 minutes while they're doing their sessions as I go around and I check that the coaches are progressing this. So for nearly all the new ones, we're up to 21 on this sheet. So we're well over the halfway mark of introducing your child to these drills. If your child's been in the program for a while, they should be well past the introduction stage and into the learning stage. Again, we'll go to that a little bit later. Once they get through that, we then move them on to the final bit, which the hardest ones probably to teach in this whole sheet. Retreats aren't hard, but there's a lot to it, so it takes a while to get through it. The double crossovers and the double crossovers between the legs are probably the harder ones because it requires a lot of footwork to teach. But the rest of them after that become pretty straightforward. And once they get through the double crossovers and the double crossovers between the legs, they finish off the sheet pretty quickly. And by this stage, all their warm-up drills, the ones in blue, they're having a big impact on the way they handle the ball, and the kids are just getting better and stronger, and they have what we call hand-on ball skills improving. And hand-on ball skills is where their ball's coming into the hand and they've got control. They can move the ball. They're not fumbling as much, and they've got real good hand-on ball control. So, and this is our development structure. Now, no one else that I know of, and I've been around the basketball scene for an awful long time, has this structure. Excuse me, just having a coffee. So as we said before, we've just taken you through stage 1 ball handling. That's to give an example of how much planning and thought has gone into this structure. So that's just stage 1. All our kids, I'll go back to that sheet, once they know all these drills, it says 25 times, but we get them to do it 5 times. Once they know the whole sheet without looking at it, that's when they're in the advanced group. You will see me timing that group each week. When those kids can do the whole sheet without needing the sheet, their vision is up, and they can get their time down to 6 minutes or less. We then do what we call a test. Well, they have to do the 25, and they have to get through all these dribbles in less than 30 minutes. If they can do that, that's pretty good. It's outstanding, actually. And once they break that and they pass that test, they go to stage 2. So we give incentive for all the kids to learn and to progress, but to progress at their own rate. And they will progress through these stages at their own rate. Some kids progress quicker than others, some don't. So there's no pressure on how quickly these kids should do it. If there's issues, you'll get assessments and all that sort of thing telling you what the issues are, whether they should be working on certain things to try and fast track them a little bit. But sometimes Some kids pick them up very, very quickly. Sometimes they need a bit longer. But if they keep persistent at it, they will progress. At the same time, once our kids, we get them through the sheet. Now, I know a couple of parents have talked to me about this. We also teach them layup technique as we're doing it. Now, a major focus for now is on the ball handling, but if you get from one end of the court to the other, you've got to be able to finish your shot. So you've got to learn footwork on a layup, right-hand layups, left-hand layups, which the kids hate if they're a right-hander, or vice versa if they're a left-hander. But they've got to get strong on both hands. So that's a continuous effort from us with your kids. It'll go on for a while. But then that goes to stage 2 ball handling. And once they go there, we also progress them because they would have already done a bit of work with this layup technique, because the further we get into stage 1, the more we get into layup technique. All right? And don't forget, they're not going to stage 2 until they beat that test. So while we're doing that, we're teaching them layup technique. So now they can get the ball from one end of the court, they can pass to each other, and now we're teaching them how to finish on their layups. Once they go to stage 2, we advance that into triple threats and finishing. Now, sometimes when the kids get really good at this, we could do that while they're still in stage 1. But mainly, there's a rough idea, they go to triple threats and finishing. What is triple threats and finishing? That's where you catch the ball on the perimeter and you get into a stance where you can dribble, pass, or shoot. So 3 things, hence the name triple. But you're taught triple threat moves that can get you past your defender, and you've got to finish at the basket. So it's adding the layup technique into it. So that's our second stage that your kids will go through. Now, my advanced group is going through that at the moment. They haven't got to ball handling, stage 2 ball handling, but they have got to triple threats. A lot of my advanced IDP kids are very close to stage 2 ball handling already there. Once you get to stage 3, you're now in a very advanced section. So to get to stage 3 ball handling, which is NBA moves, you've got to beat that ball handling test and get it under 25 minutes. We just had a boy, George Zhang, in our under 14 boys achieve that. Another boy, Bill Pam's just done that as well. And they're both now doing the stage 3 ball handling. All those boys in my IDP sessions are now also working on shooting technique and form. And that's the hardest thing of the lot to teach. You've got to make the kids be uncomfortable. And if they don't have the strength just yet, so again, my main group in the Basketball Plus one, they're working on shooting technique and form at the moment, but they don't have the strength yet to get out to the 3-point line, whereas my older IDP group does. So we would work on technique and form, and it really comes about getting all your arm in the right place, your elbow in the right place, your legs, your feet, your follow through. There's a lot of work that goes into that. Pleasingly, we're starting to see results out of that, both at training and in games. Once they learn that, they then go on to post work and power moves. Post work is an inside player, how you score against a player when you catch the ball around the key area. And we go into, that should be advanced shooting. There's a space there. And that's where you've developed form on your shot thing. And you're actually, again, doing like NBA, NBL standard drills where you're learning how to catch and shoot, come off a screen and shoot. If the kids get there, I'm very, very happy. And we're getting that way with our IDP group and our under 14s. And after that, once you've got all these skills in place, we then go into what we call our basic motion offense and our basic defensive fundamentals. Motion offense is an offense we teach because once you learn that, you can run any offense. And it's a great team offense. It's a great sharing offense. And it really incorporates what we are about as a program, where everyone contributes, everyone gets involved, everyone can get an opportunity to score, and everyone feels like they've got an important place in their team because they have. So once we bring 8 kids through and they're representing us, whether it's through domestic competition or rep, that's what we're being leading into. Our under 14 boys now have moved into this top part where they're starting to run advanced motion offense and advanced defense. So for an example, some of those boys in that team have been with me for 3 years. Some a bit less, but because they're working with boys that have been with me longer, they're actually really starting to come on. So we've got a group of 8 boys that are really coming through that have gone the base, which will take us to our next schedule. I'll just double check if I've got any questions, which I don't. So we'll keep going. This here is what we call our Tower of Success. I'll just increase the view on this and scroll down a bit. This is what we keep to in our program. So everything I was talking about there, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, ball handling, the layups, all that, that comes into this section here, the skill foundation. This is what we're trying to teach. We're also, while we're doing that, teaching this. So, for example, we had a few of the kids talking back to their coaches. The coaches are under strict instruction if they can't control it to come to me. And we, for the want of a better word, discipline those kids. They might get a lap, they might get a stern talking to, but they've got to learn to respect their coaches, respect their other players, and train properly. You know, we want the kids to enjoy it. We want them to have their bit of fun, but it's got to be done in an organised, structured way. So we put those principles in as we're teaching them this. So they both go in there. Once they've learned up, we then just progress up that tower. As I said, motion offense introduction, transition offense introduction, man-to-man defense introduction. Then we go intermediate to advanced, intermediate. Screening is intermediate. Motion offense sets and plays now into advanced principles. Then we get up here where we're really getting in advanced stuff. And finally, once they get through this, maybe under 18s, it all becomes about managing players and reinforcing the skills. So we've got a tower of success. And if we can get 8 kids, boys or girls, that get to the top of this tower and they've got to green, which we'll see in a minute, you pretty much guarantee them playing a very high level of basketball and being successful in it. So that's what that tower is about. So now we're going to get into so down here, now we're going to get into our traffic color system. So when your child first starts, this is where all your kids are. They're in the red part. So red means introduction. So they're being introduced to the basic skills and to our culture, for the want of a better word. Big word going around in footy circles at the moment. But so they've been introduced to our attitude, our skills. We're not doing any of that offense just yet because there's no point doing it until you've got certain level of skills. Okay? So that's where your kids currently are. If your kids first, you're probably level below that. That's, dribble the ball, shoot the ball, have a lot of fun. Now, once the kids have got through to the green level, so they've mastered all that, we then start teaching them. And by this stage, they should have also mastered an introduction to man-to-man, because we do put that in as they get better with that skill foundation. That's the first part. The hardest part to teach any team is defense, so we start with that. But we also, by now, will have introduced them to these intermediate skills. And this is where my under-14 B team, how they've progressed. Sorry, my under-14 BMBA team is that play out of Dandenong. So this is where they were not long ago. They'd reached green. They were on orange. They're learning it. And they were on red. They've been introduced to it. Okay? So this is the way your kids will progress. They might start there, get to there, and they would have been introduced to that. So you can see how we're putting more green into it. The more green we get, the better we're going to be. Now my under-14 boys all started with the bottom, the skill foundation of that. They've now got a lot more green. So they're now, into here, motion offense screening, transition offense intermediate, man-to-man intermediate to advance. So they're doing what we call a run and trap defense. If you came and watched them at Dandenong, you'd see how impressive they're becoming. Recently, they've really made ground in certain areas of the game. So you can see now we're getting a lot more green into that success for that team. So if your child joins a BMBA team, we would be assessing and marking their progress in a similar way. Now, when it gets exciting is when you've got 8 kids doing this. And our under-14 boys, I would say in 12 months to 2 years, will be green everywhere, just like this. At that point, you can play at a very high level if you've got 8 kids achieving that. Now, your child may not be looking to get to that elite level. If they just get green in these areas, their basketball, with whatever team they're playing in, will improve dramatically, as will their enjoyment of the game. So no matter what you're looking to achieve, we can either get you to a much better level than what you currently are, we can get you a decent domestic level, or we even can get you up to elite level. How far you get is entirely up to you. And we would group the kids accordingly from there. Now, pleasingly, my under 14 parents have given me permission to share this with you. And this is the assessment. The longer your kids stay in this, I'll just try and turn this. Here we go. So this is my under 14 boys. So this is our tracker. Now, once they go into teams, we track their development. So stage 1 ball handling. This is where they beat the test. So Bill and George have beaten the test, not beaten it, they've smashed it. So they're in green. They've mastered that. They're well past that. We've got Zach, Caden, Lucas, and Elijah all on the verge of mastering it because they're very close to getting their test. They've all been tested. They haven't quite passed, but they're only just missing out. So it's only a matter of time before they master it. Jack here, he's still got a bit to go, but he's pretty close too. And Lucas has just joined the team this year, so he's naturally going to have a lot of the introduction. So Red's not bad. It's just mean he's been introduced. Bill and George are learning the stage 2. It should be also they're learning the stage 3 because they've both beaten stage 1. This is an older chart. It was only done a few weeks ago. But since I did this chart, they've beaten the ball handling stage 1 by 25 minutes. So they would now be orange in this stage 3. So you can see how they're progressing. So the layups that we're talking about, Bill is very good with his layups. 5-line shooting is very good. 5-line is that shooting we're talking about. So he's close to mastering it. Motion offense is close to mastering it. He's learning all this. He's close to mastering. Oh, this is George, sorry. So George is well on his way too. So when they get a lot of green, light green and orange, we start getting a bit excited because once they get into this, well, that's supposed to be orange, looks brown. Once they get into that orange phase, they're not far from the green phase. So it won't be long before these two boys have got green right across all these areas. So you see the defense, what we call a run and trap defense, a press breaker, triple threats. There's a lot of potential green. The same thing goes with these boys. Blue means they're on the way. They're a little bit past orange, but they know it. They've been introduced to it. So we're doing all right with that, but they're not quite there yet. So they're very good here. They haven't been quite introduced to these the stage 2 and stage 3 ball handling. We are hoping very soon that this all becomes green and we have a bunch more orange there, and we're very, very close to that. And as you can see here, we've got a little bit 5-line shooting. Caden actually probably should be now an orange. He's getting better. Elijah's getting better. He probably should be an orange. Jack, still probably red, but not far off it. Isaac has a bit of work to go again, but he's a newbie. So he's going to be, all the boys are progressing with their finishing and the motion offense. They're very good. Isaac probably would be an orange by now from where I wrote it. And on defense, they're all coming on. We're the best defensive team in our comp at the moment. And you can see there, again, Isaac, because he's new, he's been introduced to it. So it's pretty hard to put him on an orange. Same thing with that. So you can see on that chart how we're progressing. When there's a lot of green in that chart with all those kids, the world's their oyster. So that's what we do to progress your child through our program from the beginner level right through. All these boys, for example, last term, they all got assessments. They all did their self-evaluation, and that's something each term that they can fill in and I can fill in. We put that online. And because they're playing in a team, they can get multiple sessions in a week, and they're all really tracking nicely, which is exactly what we're looking for. And hopefully this will be the first group that breaks through to play quite an elite level for us and represent BMBA and Stonington at a higher one. But the same pathway is right there for your child as well, the longer they stay in the program and the more kids we recruit into it. This thing will naturally happen. The more kids we get in, the more they stay in the program, the longer in the program. We're going to have more and more teams just like this going forward. And finally, what we're looking to do, as we get more kids in over the next 12 months, we will be doing this, starting our own competitions. So we have our Games Plus and IDP program, but we're looking to invite other clubs, our own teams, academies, and we think we've got to establish competitions with our own teams. So we need to get about 32 kids. So that has 4 teams of 8 in each age group and each gender to get our teams going. So that's going to be a big effort. But once we do that, we think clubs will start joining up, and we will have what we call the BMBA Invitational. Why do we call it that? Because we'll be inviting every club, school, academy. It's an invitational for them to come and join. Now, we'll just expand that a little bit. So what you're going to find off these for your child, potentially, they'll get longer game times, shot clocks, development bylaws, unique competition structures, state-of-the-art modern courts. These competitions that are designed for domestic teams, ideal for school teams. Kids can enjoy a second game if they're already playing. And our goal is definitely for a high standard of basketball and stay local in one area. You don't have to be traveling everywhere like you do in some competitions. Then we'll have the Super Bowl competition. Again, pretty much the same thing, but ideal for a club. So this is looking for a higher level of competition. Domestic teams will be welcome. School teams will be welcome, but it'll be rep standard basketball, but without the travel. And we're looking at it as Saturday afternoon, evening for younger age groups. And then we have a Central District rep competition. So we'll be looking to establish our own rep competition, but this will be a rep competition with a difference. So domestic clubs will be able to form their own representative teams to come into our competition, where previously you had to be representing an association. So now it can be for schools, academies, clubs, and we start our own rep competition all via Stonington. So we'll call that Central Districts, and away you will go. And we'll be off and running that competition, hopefully in the next 12 months to 2 years. So there's really quite big plans that we've got for the whole program as we move forward. But for you, you've just got a bit of an example of how the pathway is there for your child just by simply staying with the program, doing the training, finding like-minded juniors who want to improve their game. And sorry, I'll just get out of that for a minute. And who will come through with your daughter, your son. So we have plans for how we're going to make that happen, and we hope for all that to have an impact in the next 12 months, where our numbers increase, more teams are formed, more kids with the right attitude come in, we get our own competitions going, and we have our rep teams playing out of Dandenong Basketball Association, at least for now. If your kids do get in our rep teams, and it's a matter of, again, them starting the program and getting better and better. There'll also be opportunities to play in tournaments, maybe country tours, a whole bunch of ideas that we've got to make basketball, give the kids exposure to other standards of competition, but make basketball very much a bonding thing, a mentoring thing, and a lot of fun. So all those things will be available the longer our program grows and the more we build. Now, excuse me, after talking that long, I need a coffee. And yes, I know, it's a big cup. One of my boys got me that. Thank you, Chi-Chi. But the longer I don't drink it, the more cold it gets. So excuse me. So next term, sadly, we've resisted this now for a couple of years, but we are going to have to implement a price rise. Not a big one, but with rising fuel cost and rising cost with everything else, court hire costs have gone up, fuel costs have gone up, competition costs have gone up, everything's gone up. Sadly, we're going to have to raise our costs slightly. So I'm just giving everyone a heads up. It'll be around between 4 or 5%, probably the cost, because we haven't done it for a couple of years. If we don't do that, the business will go out the back door very quickly. So we need to do that to cover our costs. And even then, it probably doesn't cover them enough. What we do need to do is recruit more in to keep our cost as low as possible. So on that, I just want to get you up something. There's a registration email that will be coming out for term 4 this coming week. And we are going to keep the costs as they are for this term. If you can pay your registration fees this term, you'll have the cost as they were this term. If you need to pay next term, sadly, it will go up from next term. There's not a lot we can do about it. But I also want to bring to your attention, bear with me for a minute. Here we go. Oh, sorry, guys. It's going really slow here. Open with. I'm going to show you something here that can help at both ends. It's what we call an affiliate program. Now, if you're sure with the affiliate program, so here, you guys as members, what we want is we can't afford, Google ads or a big, at least not yet, a big mailbox campaign or Facebook ads or anything like that. So marketing is a little limited. We're relying on word of mouth. But if you do find these fees onerous, if you can help us recruit junior players into our BMBA program, we will pay you $50 per player. So if you want to get some flyers, and I'll send this out with our registration email, and you can recruit 4 players, we will discount your coming registration by $200. Now, to qualify for this, those players need to register. It's a once-off, so you can't. Once you get them in and they register, you get paid $50. So once they register thereafter, when they're in the program, so it doesn't apply. It's about getting new players in. But if you say went to your school and recruited a whole team, all of a sudden, not only are you paying for rego, you're getting actually paid money. So that would be $400. Let's say you're in our Basketball Plus program at the moment. I think that's $285. So you're earning close to over $200 for bringing in a team. Plus, you're helping us by building up our program, bringing in a team, building a competition. So we would love for all the parents, see if you can put posters up around your school, see if you can put them in a local business, promote it amongst your friends, put it on your Facebook page, put it on your X, put it on Instagram, what's the other one, TikTok, wherever you want to do it. We are going to produce some videos for that as well. So now's an ideal time because we're in the second half of the term. This is where parents start thinking about what they're going to do in term 4. So get these up and going, and you're more than you're not more than welcome. Of course, you're welcome. It's a great avenue to reduce your costs or even make some dollars. So if you get really busy, who knows? We have a bunch of businesses in Stonington and Mentone down in the Bayside region that we've struck up and done favours for as a relationship. You might be able to go into those businesses and see if they'll put up a flyer. I've already got 2 businesses that are putting up some now. So there's lots of scope here for you to help us, and help us, you become an affiliate. You, like I said, you make some dollars, get it discounted off your registration, or make some more. If we get 10 people doing that and they've all brought in 5 people, well, there's 50 extra people into our program. We're off and running. That is also, I'll just get this up too for you. You can look at it, which I'll send through BMBA.net. It's on our website. I'll share this tab. BMBA, where are we? I was trying to find it. I know we've got it here, maybe. News, podcast, programs. Services. I'm going to get that affiliate program up somewhere. I'm sure it's here. Sorry, guys, just bear with me as I go through. Maybe I don't. After school training, BMBA casual, BMBA should I GoFundMe, open nights. Well, there you go. Okay, I'm going to have to change that. I'll see if I'll go just. So sorry, guys. I thought I had this. I need to put that in my menu. I will send you out an email that has all the description. It's not there. While I do have that page, though, I don't have it. I must have somehow deleted that. Sorry, guys. There you go. You're finding me with my admin. What I've got: how to score referees, basketball lecture, BMBA events. Wow. I don't know if it's on our Get Started page. Sorry, guys. You'll be with you in a minute. Yeah. So I'll get a link up for that for you anyway. If you do go to our Get Started page, you should have a look on these. Oh, where is it? It gives you a great explanation of our comps and teams. It's not quite there. I'll have to put this in an email. So sorry, everyone. What you should also do for your kids to help them progress is we do have a playbook there. I have sent you out the passwords for that. I'll see if I can get that up. But on that page, just to give you a look at it, there's also a bunch of pages and training drills that your kids can look at to help complement what we're doing. I'll get that up in a minute. I don't think I've got anyone watching at the moment. So if you are watching this later, just bear with it as we go through. Yeah, one watching now, that's me. Oh, there we go. Maybe. Oh, this is crazy. So if you go through your emails, when you join up, we give you passwords to this playbook page. Just waiting for my email to come up myself. And you can go into these pages. You just have to put your password. The reason we put our password on there, our program is so good, we have other clubs stealing our material off our website. So we had no choice but to password protect it. So you need a password to be able to get into that page. I'm just trying to get it up, but my internet is ridiculously slow. There we go. Welcome. Yes. Bear with me. I'm just getting the passwords up so we can enter this and give you a look at it. And I'm very close. So we have 2 password protected pages. You would have all been sent these. If not, and you don't have it or you've lost it, just shoot me an email. I'll send them through to you. But once you put the password in, I'll make sure we're on that page. Yep. So once you put the password in, we're about to do that now. And you hit enter, you'll see all the pages that will come up. Like I said, this is very slow. So sorry, everyone. It's dreadfully slow at my end at the moment. Still, I've got that blue circle rolling. So as you can see, we've got, if you go into any one of these, your kids can explore this. We have offensive videos, defensive videos, ball handling, which was a big thing. There's the how-to videos if they click on that. If I click on that, we'll just go into that. So you got stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. We haven't done breakdown moves, but that's one of our projects coming up. So again, it's taking forever. I'll wait because if I keep clicking, I'll just make the problem worse. And as you can see here, drill 1 to 6, machine gun dribbles. Click on that video. It'll take you through it. Spider dribble. These are all the drills off that ball handling sheet. Video on the crossover, a spin, behind the back. We've got the rest to put up there together. So they're all on there. And it goes for layups, it goes for postments, all those things we just talked about in the thing. They're all listed on that page. So if your kid is extra keen, they can get on here, shooting, individual sessions, a whole bunch of stuff that we'll be taking them through the program with. And we've also got what we call a Templar Warriors page. Now, that, again, is password protected. But it has, like, literally a plethora. That means an awful lot, for those that don't know, of information just about basketball. And also has game tapes of our past teams. So, again, you need a password on that, which would have been sent out. Again, if you don't have it, let me know. Just let it come up. Again, taking time. And as you can see, we have a bunch of things on there. Our culture, videos you need to watch, documents you need to read, past games for the Warriors, fitness, offense, defense, rebounding, skill development. And all of these aren't just our own videos. For example, there, if we click on that for rebounding, for example, these are links to other videos that are on YouTube that we think are valuable content. So as you can see here, Bill Walton, rebounding. So anything I find on YouTube, we would take it through. If you clicked on those, it'd take you to that video. Well, let's click on one, USA rebounding tips. I don't want to click on too much because this internet's going so slow, but all these links will take you. So this is, as you can see, you get the ads for YouTube and the neck. We'll skip that and it'll take you. Here we go. Tips, skills, and drills. So all these links take you through to some really good documents, videos, links, all that sort of thing that can help your child's basketball. And again, it's just going terribly. I hope your internet is faster than mine. Videos you need to watch. This is pretty much all those videos I just showed you. And again, it's going crazy slow. And you'll see there, motion, offense, no screens, ball lane. These are the ones the kids need in that development pathway we just gave. So all of that we'll be teaching the kids in their sessions. If they're doing 2 sessions, they'll improve. And we give them all the tools they need with their sheets. So in stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, they all get their ball handling sheet for that. They can go home. If they're keen, they can watch the stuff that we've got on our website. They can link to it. They can see it working. They can actually have coaching sessions at home. They can learn from some of the best outside of us as well that we've reviewed and think are really valuable for their development. And we can reinforce all that through our training and our games. And eventually what we'll do is be reinforcing that all through the competitions. As I said at the start of this video, I don't think anybody else provides, in fact, I know nobody else, at least in Melbourne, provides this sort of in-depth planning structure and cohesion between what we do at training, what we do in games, and what your child can do at home. So if you've got any questions, feel free to send them through. Feel free to ask me. I'll be sending you all a link to this video. So if you watched this far, you would have got through the link. So hopefully you've got some valuable information out of it. If not, and there's more you'd like to know, please get in touch and let me know. For the BMBA, this is our first comeback for the BMBA podcast. Lots more to come. We'll be breaking down little drills. I'm hoping to get some guests, but that's harder to do on a Monday night at 7 o'clock. But we'll certainly start doing some reviews of the upcoming NBL and NBA seasons, and we'll follow that each week as well. And we'll also follow our boys' games at the Dandenong competition. Our under-14s had a great win on the weekend, so hopefully they get a couple more and can make finals for the first time. But we'll certainly be doing reviews of that and having things like a coach's corner and just establishing a few things of news and events around the club. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this as a first option. Hope it gives you a greater understanding of what we're doing within the BMBA and the Stonington Council in general, and I hope you can all help us market and grow and make some dollars for yourself. Anyway, from me and my best mate over there, good night, and we'll see you around the courts. Bye for now.